Hey class! So, the reason I brushed my hair today is so that I could come on camera and tell you about video editing reels. What that is it's a type of showcase of your skills, kind of like a video editing resume that goes along with your actual resume to help you get jobs. It has to be a completely new edit. You have to re-edit videos to fit them into your reel, not just shoving stuff on a timeline that you've already done. I was actually against these for quite some time, but they are an important part of video editing and getting a job in video production. The reason I was so against them for a while is because just because you can put some clips together with some music doesn't mean that you can edit videos. And that's what a lot of people did with it. And so it took some convincing to get me to add it to this class, but it is an important part of the industry. And I actually have made a video editing reel myself to get a job. And I think this is where their place comes in, is when you can show an additional skill and kind of give them a teaser into who you are as a video editor. The reason I was against them is not just because, hey, you're putting clips together to music, what does that tell me? And also because I thought like my full stories and my full mini docs and educational videos displayed and showcased who I was as video editor way better than just something edited to music. But then a job came up and I had the opportunity to showcase a different side and a different skill that was required of the job that wasn't in my work. And that was some visual effects. They were into some cool transitions, like the more catchy, like editing the music stuff that my clients in the past hadn't really wanted. So I edited together a reel to show a different side of me and really included storytelling as a part of my reel. Saying like, hey, I can do these things and I can do effects, but really I'm a storyteller. That's who I am. And that's what a reel should do. It should reflect who you are as an editor and shouldn't just be clips slapped together to music. Because I see a lot of those on the internet, and honestly, if like those came across my desk as somebody who was on a hiring committee or somebody who was applying for grad school or something like that, I'd be like, okay, great. Well, I want to see one of your full stories more to get a feel for who you are. As I've told you so many times before, at the end of the day, what you're mostly doing in almost every single career is telling a story in terms of video production. And however, that doesn't mean that you don't get to have a style and a niche in something that you're interested in. So the jobs that you want to get, you need to look at what those current video producers and video editors are doing, look at their work, maybe search through somebody who has a job title that you want, and Google them and see if you can find their reel. And kind of don't copy them. You want to make it your own, but see what kind of style the companies that you want to work for are looking for and what kind of suits you. It's also really tough to teach reels because there are no general rules for them. It's not like a resume. I mean, things vary industry to industry, but they're like, hey, resume, 1-2 pages, absolute max. 1 page is more than enough for a college student, but that's pretty universal to a certain extent. Whereas at reels, wow, like there are so many different types of them. I mean, if you're going into news specifically, you need to look up news reels because those have a pretty standard formula. It's like, hey, if you want to be a reporter, you have some stand-ups in the first part and then you have 2 packages at the end of it. However, if you want to be a general video editor or producer, your reel is not going to look anything like that. So general rules of thumb is keep it short and sweet. Give them a way to find your full videos. Make sure every shot has a purpose and it's not just random shots. Group like shots together so that they can see like kind of pieces of the stories you've told, and then give them a chance to go and see those full stories later. So like saying like at the end of your project, hey, this is where you can find my full work. Also call a spade a spade. So if you've got work that you've shot as well, you can include that in there. Or if you've got work like in this class where you've just edited it, you can include that in there as well. Just if you're including both, make sure you're labeling at the bottom of the screen what is yours, what you've shot versus what you've just edited. And when I say just edited, we all know how much work editing is, but you don't want to mislead people into thinking that you actually shot this when you didn't. So just be very clear as to what the viewer is looking at. Keep it short and sweet. showcase your skills, and give them a place to go afterwards. So that's the tips for editing together a reel. And it's an option for the finals. This is an opportunity to showcase your skills. However, if you are doing more production classes after this, let's say you really want to become a video producer or a videographer where you're going to be shooting your own content, I highly recommend that you don't make a reel for your final project, because your final reel will include work that you've mostly shot yourself. Everything on my reel is stuff that I've shot myself because I'm an all-around video producer. But that's why if you're going into more video production classes, the reel may be a waste of time for you right now. Do a different project to showcase a different skill. However, if this is the last production class you plan to take, or you're starting to look for jobs now, a reel might be a good choice for your final project. Let me know if you have questions, you want feedback along the way. That's my spiel on reels. Here's some examples and some more content below.